The following program is for adult audiences only.
This is
Eric and Gord. What if we're right?
Live right now.
Are you ready?
Find and like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram.
Find and like us on Facebook. Hi there. Happy Sunday. It's April the 5th, 2020. I'm Eric, talking at you as always from Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada, where I'm a super genius. That's it. That's my intro. I am a super genius. Hi, world. Thanks for joining us on a Sunday, a rare Sunday appearance. As we try to work out our schedules, we decided it had been too long because we missed Thursday, so we wanted to talk to you on Sunday, and we have the executive power to do that. Just before I say hi to Gord, I got to say hi to Mike and the boys at Pit Lane Parlay, the #1 racing and IndyCar podcast on the internet today. You can follow them at pitlaneparlay.com or Apple Podcasts. That's where you can also follow us. And while you're there, well, let's check that little 5-star button for us. We would appreciate it. That's it. I'll say hi to someone else later. Hey, Gord, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. How you doing, buddy?
Not bad. Thanks for joining me on a Sunday. This feels good. I was starting to miss it.
Cool. Glad I could. Yeah, I've just been suffering through fucking Eric and Gord withdrawal, so.
Yeah, me too. Hey, if you guys at home are going through Eric and Gord withdrawal, you can satiate that by checking out our brand new website, ericandgord.live. It is skookum. It's a lot better than our old one, and I like it a lot, and you will too. Go check it out. Send us a note. Tell me what you think. The first 5 people who say they went to our site. Oh, sorry, it's 4 because someone already did. The next 4 emails I get that say, hey, I went to your site and it was great, or hey, I went to your site and it was a piece of shit. I don't care, whatever you say. You're going to get a awesome Eric and Gord postcard from me and one of very, very few Eric and Gord limited edition pens. You're going to get both of those things just as a thank you for checking out ericandgord.live. There you go.
Yeah.
That's
very
a
nice.
little awesome promotion. Someone already did that. One person did it already. I got an email at ishouldgetapen@gmail.com.
Oh, sweet.
From someone who says, I want a pen, I want a pen. That's all it said. And I thought that's good enough for me.
Nope, that'll work.
That's all it takes to get the pen. You guys want this pen, trust me. The guy who made the pen sent me an email talking about how great the pen is. He's like, this is a fantastic pen. You outdid yourself ordering this. I never even thought to make something this awesome until you ordered it. Basically what he said. I'm paraphrasing. But what's going on in the world, Gord? How's your weekend, buddy?
Well, sitting here in Ontario, stuck indoors. I get to go out for, walks and groceries. Last night I popped out and went to. I'm like, well, I wanted some munchies, and I needed to get. I figured, well, fuck, I'm out. I'll top up the gas tank, take the car through the car wash. Just fuck it, why not? And so go to the gas station. There was a cop filling up about 3 pumps over. I fill up. I go inside, grab what I wanted, pay for that, and I'm coming out. And the cop rolls up next to me. He goes, hey. I said, hey, man, how you doing? He goes, good. He goes, what are you doing out here? And I look and I go, what were you doing out here? He goes, well, I was getting gas. I'm like, well then. And I just started walking away. And he goes, well, hang on. And I turn around, I go, what? He goes, why are you out? I thought we just answered that question. He says, well, yeah. He says, but, you're not supposed to be leaving your house. Yeah. I had to get gas. And I wanted some munchies. So I'm here to get gas and munchies. And I just stared at him, and we just had to stare off for about 10 seconds. I'm like, can I get in my car? Because I don't feel like sitting here talking to you anymore. And he goes,
really?
yeah, it's fine. Go ahead. I'm like, thanks, dick. You're stopping me, asking me what I'm doing. You just watch me fill my car up with gas. Like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Why are you out? Well, I'll tell you, it's the weirdest thing. I started walking toward my door, and the rest kind of just took care of itself.
Oh my God, I don't know. Where am I right now?
If my house was bigger, I'd still be in it.
It's just a very strange, weird interaction. Yeah, it's just strange. There's just no getting around it. The world's gone fucky.
Well,
And
the cops have such a tenuous position right now because it's not a law. Like they can't force you to stay home. They can't say like, hey, you have to get back in your house. No, I don't. That's not a law. It's a courtesy we're extending to each other, but you can't make me get back into my house. Sorry.
I'm just getting gas, dude. That's all I'm doing.
Well, you're not supposed to be out.
Walk away from me.
You don't need gas because you're not supposed to be out. Well, then you don't need gas because if nobody's out, you're not catching criminals. So fucking get it out of here, too. What do you have to do if nobody's out? Nothing. You're useless. If nobody's out, cops are not an essential service.
It's just...
Do the math.
Oh, God.
This whole thing's getting ridiculous. It's only going to get more ridiculous as people start getting complacent with it. On the other hand, it's going to change a lot of social paradigms. I guarantee the 6 foot thing's going to stick, and I have no problem with that. I'm an arm's length guy anyway. The 6 foot rule doesn't bug me at all. The stay at home thing's bullshit. I'm not doing that. Plus, I just did that. I just self quarantined since January 10th. I left this house to get beer.
You were ahead of the curve.
I left only to get beer across the street, and I went to a friend's house maybe 3 times in the last 3 months. I only put on pants, I think, probably 8 times. I'm fine. I'm way ahead of all of you. Speaking of stuff that's stupid, I had to take Food Safe this weekend. I don't know if you guys do Food Safe in Ontario.
No, that's your own thing.
It's a workers' compensation mandatory course that all people who handle food in BC have to take. So like servers, kitchen people, and grocers. And since I now oversee part of a grocery, well, grocery is part of what I oversee, I had to take the fucking thing. And I gotta say, that is not a good use of our money.
No.
If you can't figure out that you gotta wash your hands after you pee, you should not be working anywhere, let alone around food. And that's basically it. Like, wash your hands and make sure food's cooked before you serve it. And they just repeat the same fucking thing for I don't know. It's an 8-hour course online. It still took 8 hours. Yeah, if you can't figure it out in the first 2 hours, you should not be applying for a job. You should be being fitted for a helmet. Anyway, stupid waste of time.
Oh, Jesus.
It was a lot of fun. My new job.
No doubt.
Love working.
Love your new job.
Actually, it feels good. It's nice to get to go and do stuff. Plus, I'm the guy with the clipboard. It's awesome. I don't actually have to help anybody. I just walk around with something looking really important.
Which is, again, it's always fun.
Or you just grab it. Like, where I work, you can just grab something off the shelf and then look like you're trying to give it to somebody. Where's my customer? I don't know. I'll be right with you. I got to find my customer. You can keep that shit up for 3 hours. I wouldn't, but you could. If you were a worse employee than me,
God,
that would never cross my mind. But it's the first time in a long time that I've worked in retail, on the floor. I'm usually the guy in the back. But not this time. Oh, the world doesn't know my story. I'll tell you my story. I tried to be the guy in the back on Friday. I was hanging out in the back doing some paperwork, and I got paged up to the front. Urgent. Eric, to the front. Eric, to the front. I go running up. I thought it was like a shoplifter or something cool. Nope. Global News was there, and they needed someone hot to stand in the doorway and greet customers. So they took our lovely greeter, who's a 70-year-old, mentally challenged. They're not challenged anymore, are they? They're mentally gifted. I don't know what the term is now. Anyway, they took her away from the front of the door, and they put me there. So that Global News could film me greeting customers. And then once Global News left, they put her back in her job. I don't know if they even told her why she was leaving. They're probably just like, you got to go in the back. Fine, whatever. There's pudding back there. Go.
Yeah, I don't think she cared.
She doesn't know. She's happy. She's a happy lady. She's very good at her job. They just didn't want her on the news.
Just didn't want her on the news, that's all.
And I'm fine with that. So, they wanted me on the news greeting the customer. Hi, welcome to Walmart. They laughed at my bad jokes. I was sanitizing carts for people.
Yeah.
Getting them all clean and then hand them a new cart. And we've got arrows on the floor now. You're only allowed to walk in one direction. You got to follow the arrows.
Oh, really?
I'm like, here's your new clean cart. I'm like, you see those arrows on the floor? You go, yep. I go, those are electronic. If you don't follow them, the wheels lock up. Have a good day.
Oh, that's so good.
I don't know how many people figured it. Just like halfway, 20 minutes into their shopping trip, they're like, he fucking lied.
When I was living in BC, they opened up a Loblaws just down the street from me, and I went down there to get groceries, and I just realized I grabbed way more than I could physically carry to get home, and I only had to go like 4 blocks. But
you tried to take
still,
a
4
Loblaws
blocks. Well, no. What I did was, because I saw that they had the warning to say on, if you go past this line, the wheels will lock up. So I walked up to the manager. Just happened to be standing there because again, it's just the place just opened. And so the manager's there on hand. So I said, hey, can I ask you a question? He's like, sure. I'm like, so I just told him, look, like I live like right around the corner. Is there a cart I could borrow that I could take home? He goes, just take that one. Just make sure you bring it back tonight. I'm like, no, the wheels will lock up. He goes, yeah, no, they won't. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, no, that's just there as a warning. All those little lines that we put all over the place is just there to scare you. It's actually not there to stop you from doing anything.
That's all
he goes,
it takes.
Do you see any mechanism on this cart whatsoever? I'm like, there's no mechanism on the cart. He goes, yeah, no, exactly. I'm like, wait, kid. I said, all right, I'll be back in like fucking about half hour, 45 minutes. He goes, yeah, no worries.
That's exactly.
So I came back and I brought So I brought the trolley cart back, and as soon as I came back, he's like, hey, he says, you brought it back. I'm like, well, you explained the scenario. Of course I did.
That is, that's such an indictment of what's going on right now with people and this whole goddamn social distancing thing. That's our brain. That's our human brain. We are just, we're wired. See, the thing that people don't get is our brain was designed to live in the African Sahara 65,000 years ago. Our brain is not meant to deal with the shit that we deal with and the sensory input that we have. We're never supposed to get this much information. Our brain was made for when we came out of monkeys. It hasn't developed anymore since we evolved. And we're wired to, as soon as something scares us, we go back into that primal thing where it's just fucking survive. Because you got to survive to fucking spread your seed, right? That's all our brain is thinking. It's not thinking all the shit we're thinking. So when you see scary tape on the floor, it triggers that. And your brain instantly goes into fear. So that shit works. Dummy cameras. You put money on a countertop, no one will fucking take it because they assume they're being watched.
Yeah, it's a setup.
It's that kind of mentality. That's how we think. That's why shit, and that's why when the news goes, fucking Anderson Cooper has COVID, so it could happen to any of us. Well, no. He lives in downtown fucking New York, the city that's being hit worse than anywhere on the planet. Of course he's got it, but no, statistically it couldn't happen to any one of us. But that's how this news cycle works, and it fucking gets us every time. And that's how they're still pounding it in.